Hey, welcome to Keight Krafts. I'm Keight. Today I would like to share with you a hashtag inspired project. Let's get started. To kick things off, I have gone ahead and pulled out the Shadow Box card die set, as well as the Spooky Shadow Box card Halloween set add-on. And we are going to make a little mini box card, but we're going to do something a little bit different. So I've gone ahead and cut out my pieces that I'm going to need, and now we're going to cut out the window with the center die that we're going to do here. And I'm going to use a little bit of low-tack tape to hold things together because I need this to be perfectly precise, or as close to perfectly precise as one can get when eyeballing it. So I've gone ahead and cut out my window, and I'll save that little piece for later. And then next I'm just going to kind of figure out what kind of scene that I want to put together. Now I've got all these pieces from the Spooky Shadow Box card die, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay this out because this is going to be like one of those lantern style cards. I'm not exactly sure what they're called. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I had this idea in my head for a while and I wanted to make it, and I thought, well, what a better way to make a Get Creeping project for Halloween with an extra spooky little decoration. So, I mean, you could send this as a card if you wanted to, but I wanted to make something that I could just stick on my desk and have, something a little spooky to hang out with me while I craft. So I'm just going to end up cutting out the house and the bats and this little tree here, and we're just going to use the low tack tape that I will keep stuck to my hand pretty much throughout this whole thing, and we're just going to pop those out. Now you could do any kind of ink blending and maybe some lost shadow to create some fog around the backside. You could add little swirls with a stardust pen all over it. You could even use some sort of pattern paper to make the outer shell of this box card. But today we are going to do a window of sorts with some of this no shed sparkly glitter cardstock. I'm not sure what brand it is. It might be Recollections. It might be from the dollar store. It could very well be one of those dollar store ones. So I'm just going to eyeball where this needs to go, and I'm using like the window from the add-on. Just get those spider webs, and using this kind of no shed dye glitter cardstock is kind of a troublesome cardstock to use for me. I end up having to run through the die press quite a few times in order to get a decent cut because this is kind of thicker, I guess you could say. It's a little more heftier to cut through with my die press. So I'm just kind of inspecting it and how I want to go about doing it. I'll save that metal piece too. And because I used the actual die for the box itself to cut out the window that I need, I'm just going to trim off that little side right there, and then I'm going to pop everything out. And because it takes a long time to pop everything out, I'm just going to take my little pokey tool, and then through the magic of editing, we are going to skip this part. Because nobody's got time to sit here and watch me pick out all the little tiny bits to this thing. So once we've got that done, we are going to assemble the pieces. Now I've taken these guys from the add-on itself, and we only need one today because this is going to need some room inside for the little electric tea light or battery operated tea light that I have for this. So I'm going to line everything up here with some low tack tape. Or not low tack tape. What am I saying? This is some double-sided tape. The sticky stuff. So I'll add my little sliver of tape right there, and I'll add another little sliver of tape on the same little flap for these things. Now, if you've never assembled one of these shadow box card dies, shadow box cards. Oh my goodness, shadow box card. Lawn Fawn's got a really good video on how to assemble these. And while I'm assembling these, I should tell you a little bit about Get Creeping on Halloween, because that's the hashtag that inspired this project. This hashtag is a driven series of Halloween projects started by my friend Jaime over at Inky and Scrappy. These projects are posted on the last day of the month, and all are welcome to join in on the spooky fun. If you don't have a YouTube channel, don't worry. Just post your makeover on social media and use the hashtag. You can even tag Inky and Scrappy in your post too, and we can all ooh and ah over your spooky project. Anyway, I've been trying to do these as much as I can throughout the year. I know early in the year I missed a few just shortly after it started, but I believe she's had a full year. Maybe it's next month or this month. I can't remember. I know she had started it last year. I can't remember which month she started it, but she's been going for about a year now, and I try to get in where I can just because, I don't necessarily want to make the same seasonal cards when I'm over the seasonal cards, and I can never get enough of Halloween, so yeah, this is my make for that. So enough about where it's from. I hope you guys join in coming into the new year and beyond, because it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. So, yeah. I've got the low tack tape. Why do I keep saying low tack tape? Oh my goodness. So the double-sided tape, I've taped on the little flaps of this little hillside here. And very carefully, I'm going to line it up with the crease of the little flap there. And make sure it is nice and even and flush to the bottom of my card. And then I'm going to flip that over there and, no, I messed up. I'm going to add a little dollop of glue because I'm going to double stick this. And I'm going to leave just a smidgen underneath. I think that's what I was doing. Maybe? Yeah. Okay, so there we go. I'm really trying really hard to keep this lined up. Give that a good mash, and then I've picked it up with the other side, and then I'll go ahead and peel off that release tape to our double stick tape, add a little dollop of glue, and give it a good mash. Rip off that extra tape that I've got there on the ends, give it a couple of cute little dots, fold it over, and give that one a good mash. And there we have the skeleton to our box card, or the actual box to our box card. But I'm not going to mess with it, because I tried to fold it one way, it didn't fold properly. I tried to fold it the other way, it didn't fold properly. But it is what it is. It's just going on my desk just so I can enjoy it. I'm not really going to send this to anybody, but if you did, you could. So I'm going to take this guy right here and drop him on my project, and then I'm going to stick him to the hill. Now everything's in black, but it doesn't matter because you won't see it. You can choose any kind of cardstock you want for the inside bit. It doesn't have to be black, but it's what I had on my desk, and I wasn't digging for anything special because, again, you're not going to actually see this, so to speak. You'll see in a minute here. So I'm going to hold that down for a sec and make sure that's where I want it to be. And then next, we are going to go ahead and grab our little add-on thing. I don't know where I went here. I went somewhere. Oh, look, there I am, sort of. Where did I go? There we are. I found it. Okay, so I was looking for the other tree. That's what I was looking for. I knew I'd cut it out, but I didn't remember where I put it. So I'm going to kind of put that guy in behind and attach him to the other tree. And then that way we've got two little trees. I'm going to add a little dollop of glue right there to make sure everything sticks nice and good. And give that a good mash down. And then we are going to come in with our Pearlescent Vellum by Fawn. And I'm going to eyeball how big I need that. But then I thought, I'll just bring this back in and cut it out and it'll be perfect. Because why eyeball and measure with scissors and my eyeballs when I have the die that I could just sit there and cut it out with? Am I right? Again, I'm off camera again, I'm sorry. Give me a second and I'll be right back. So are you guys ready for Halloween? Ready to hand out candy? Ready to take the kids out? I know I get about 5 kids if I'm lucky every year. So I'm hoping to see at least a little bit more. I still gotta go get candy. And I'll probably pick that up on the way home tomorrow. I'll probably slap a little silly makeup on my face and throw on something spooky and answer the door to maybe the 5 kids that I might get. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to our frame here that we cut out. That way I can glue on the pearlescent vellum, but instead of glue, I'm going to use a little bit of tape. Because, double stick, right? I want this to be perfect. I want this to hold up for a long time. So that's what we're going to do. And I mean, you could actually take this idea and do it for Christmas. Do a little shadow box for Christmas and add a piece of pearlescent vellum and maybe a different colored light of sorts. And yeah, this idea is pretty versatile. So I wanted to do a Halloween one for this, so I'm kind of excited. I've enjoyed it for the last couple of weeks. I made this card probably in the middle of October because I knew the end of October I was going to be very busy and going into November. And yeah, I've got so much going on in the background. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram, but I've been posting quite a bit on what I've been up to. Uh, a little bit on Facebook, but not so much. Mostly Instagram because I like picture books. That's what I call Instagram. Instagram is a picture book. So I get to see lots of pictures, and then if I want to read about the pictures, then I just read the inserts. But the inserts, little excerpts or whatever you want to call them, the posts, they're not so in your face so much as the picture is. And I kind of enjoy that. It's like going to an art museum and staring at all the pretty cards and the wonderful projects that everybody's up to, and then, eventually you get close enough to the wall that you could read who it's by and what it's for, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I enjoy Instagram much more than I do Facebook. Oh, I got a little something there. So once I've picked off that little bit, I'm gonna say screw it, and I'm just gonna keep taping. I mean, you could do this with glue, but I wanted this to stick right away because I wanted to take some pictures and I didn't want to wait around for the glue to dry, and I got a lot done the day that I made this. I think I made 5 card videos in total when I did this one. So I was on a roll, like hotcakes express. I was vroom and making all these cards, and now I out of videos and I need to make some more, but I didn't want to make any Christmas cards yet, so I'm hoping to get some Christmas cards done tomorrow. I probably won't have a Wednesday video for you guys. I've been trying to do Wednesdays and Saturdays, but because my schedule is getting so hectic leading up to December, it's going to be a struggle, and I hope you're okay with me missing a video or two because I really do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me. I do. And I really do hope that you guys join in on this challenge in the upcoming months because it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can't go wrong with Halloween. And Jamie's also pretty cool, and she likes Halloween too. And I love picking her brain and seeing what she makes because, yeah, it's Halloween. It's spooky. So you can see the light that I've got in here. It's one of those color changing little tea lights. I love these things. These are so cute, especially for like doing things like this. This has been on my desk forever, and it's one of my go-to grabs when I'm doing fun stuff like this. And yeah, so I'll show you what this looks like in a second here with the blue light and the red light and the orange light and the green light as it's changing. Yeah, these are so cute. So if you've made it this far, I thank you. And if you think I've earned it, please give this video a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.